new. It's not anything that we haven't been trying to tackle. And, back in, I believe, the fall or early spring, Commissioner Curry had asked to take that on. But I just got aggravated that night and picked up my garbage bag because it was awful. And went out there, and within 5 minutes, it was full of trash. We have to take more pride in our community. I used to get really upset about it when I used to walk 31st, 42nd, because I used to walk that on almost a daily basis.
Right.
When I would take my walks, and you would not believe the things that I would see on the side of the road. And I'm going, this doesn't just happen randomly. Now, granted, sometimes things fly out of a window.
Right.
But people just don't care. When I would go to the show, when you were at the other location,
oh, it was ridiculous.
I'd pull up in the parking lot.
It was the worst. I was always the first person there.
Food bags strewn all about, and I know that those fast food restaurants went out there on a daily basis to police that and to pick it up. But come on, people, you don't take your fast food bag and set it in the parking lot. You don't take dirty diapers and set them in the parking lot.
A restaurateur here in town, Rondo
I know
Fernandez.
which one.
Rondo.
Yep.
He will post on Facebook at least once a week. Come on, people! Don't you have more respect for my restaurant than this? And he'll get their dirty diapers just thrown in the parking lot.
Yep.
I'm notorious for creating litter in the floorboard of my car. I throw it in the passenger seat to the point where my fiance, before we're going to go somewhere, she goes, "Did you go clean the floorboard out?"
Right.
But you know what the difference is? I clean my floorboard out. It goes into my trash can that then goes to the side of the road and is picked up. It doesn't go out on it. You won't see me throwing Diet Mountain Dew bottles out the window.
No.
But I'm also the guy that if I'm walking downtown and I saw somebody throw a bottle out downtown in the square, I'd pick it back up and throw it in their car. I'm that guy. I've chastised people at amusement parks. Look, this isn't your trash can.
Right.
Pick it up.
Right.
I paid money to be in here, not to see you throw something on the ground. Oh, I get after people.
Well, I mean, and in our own community, it's worse. Take pride in where you live. You take pride in our community.
And some of the same people that are littering are the same people that are coming to county commission meetings and the city council meetings going, we need to beautify our exits more so people think that it's a good place to stop and everything. And they're probably the same people that are throwing trash out when they think nobody's looking.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to agree with that one.
And it's all, people think nobody's looking.
Oh, they're looking.
Yeah, they're looking. I drove by 2 days ago, and I stopped and picked it up, took it, and I was going to industrial area, so I threw it in the dumpster. And I didn't go through it because it was garbage. It was
You should have.
I know I probably should have.
There was probably something in there that identified whoever dropped it.
There was a kitchen-sized garbage bag. Somebody just thrown it on Old Jacksonville Road, almost just across from the livestock pavilion. Just one of those stretchy bags with the pink ties. They took time to take it out of their garbage can, tie it up in a bag, and then threw it on the side of Old Jacksonville Road. Just threw it out. I mean, you were 3/4 of the way to doing the right thing. Right. What the hell was your problem?
Right.
I'm glad you're taking this up as an issue because it's something that's aggravated me. And the more rural you live, the better it seems to be. As you come closer into town, it's amazing. Because I would think, because when I was growing up as a kid, I mean, Alan Jackson even wrote a song about they'd take trash out on Old Thick Pin Road and throw it out at the end of the Thick Pin Road. That was something you did in the country back in the day. Is people would go to an old dirt road they thought nobody was going to use, and they'd throw trash out.
Oh, no. See, I grew up in Spar, and we didn't have trash pickup. And I remember as a child, one of the things that I enjoyed the most was when we would load the trash up in the back of the pickup and we'd go to the dump because the dump was off of, I believe it's 100th.
Yeah.
Out there off of 441 and you had the hills.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And now, of course, that was back in the day where we might not have known any better and sometimes our parents would let us ride in the back of the pickup truck.
Sometimes. I had a permanent position against the corner, and I didn't sit at the front corner of the truck bed. I sat in the back corner with the tailgate.
No. It would be after we would drop it, and you'd have to sit in the middle, and you make sure you're sitting all the way down on your
Wow.
on your behind.
You had good parents.
Well,
I would stand up sometimes in the bed, look over the roof of the truck, and watch getting love bugs in the face.
no, mine didn't let me do that, and they wouldn't let me stay back there for very long.
Speaking of roadways, there's a lot of people that are saying we love WEC. WEC's great for our economy, but what are you going to do to what are you going to do to 80th? We like our 2-lane road. What are you going to do? The reality of the situation is it can't stay 2-lane, can it?
No, and that's been in our long range
For
transportation
a long,
plan
long
for
time.
a long time before WEC was even built. WEC might have fast paced it a little faster, but that's been in our long range transportation plan for quite some time. And it is going to be 4-laned, and I know that it's really difficult sometimes to watch these things happen, but I think that our staff and the engineer on record that's working on that project, they are working diligently. It's going to end up being a really nice boulevard. That's what we should call it.
Well, we need arteries.
We do.
Besides 441
Yes,
and 441, 27, 301, and 75, there really are not many north-south arteries that connect the north part of the county to the south part of the county. You got to go, if you don't use 75 or you don't use 441, 27, 301, to go from northeast part of the county to down to Marion Oaks, you got to go down and you got to turn, you got to go down 60th and you got to make another turn. Unless you don't know how to do it, it's very difficult.
Right.
And these are the kind of things that are going to alleviate the pressure of 75. Believe me, by having arteries that go from the north to the south, you're going to alleviate some of the stress on 75 and some of the stress on 301, 27, 441.
Yeah.
So it's got to happen because we're growing.
Well, we're growing, and we do need these north, south, east, west corridors, across the county in order to move traffic. And if we don't do it now, our opportunity is going to be gone to do it. There are some things that we probably should have done years ago that we didn't do that would have helped in moving traffic. And as these areas, as they become developed, then it becomes almost impossible.
Ask Orlando
to do that. Yes.
The I-4 reconstruction where they're making it 8 lanes in each direction. It's been 10 years in the construction. They still got 4 or 5 years to go, and because it's so just disturbing to everybody that lives in Orlando, it's been a mess. But they said we had to do it. You should have done that 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. It should have been finished then instead of starting it then. And that's what you're talking about, to do something that is proactive instead of reactive. Because the I-4 corridor they fixed in Orlando was a reaction.
Right.
It wasn't a proactive.
Well, and that's a totally different animal.
Right.
And of course, you couldn't pay me to live down there.
No. I'm as close as I love Disney.
As close to Orlando
but I'm as close as I want to
be.
get.
Yes, for sure. And that's the one thing that I believe we have finally gotten to the point with the commission and with, planning, is that we are now able to be proactive in so many areas versus being reactive. You and I have talked about this on many occasions about the change that we've seen since 2010, and it just continues to get better. And I'm just, I say it every time I come on here. I talk about how proud I am of our community and the things that we've been able to do.
She lives in the number one of the 67 counties in the state of Florida.
I do.
Marion County, Florida.
I do. And, I mean.
Or as I've become saying, you live in the number one state in the United States of Florida with our President DeSantis.
That's a good one.
I have no problem. You want to build a wall, just build a wall at the Florida-Georgia-Alabama border. I'm good. The only thing we don't have is mountains. I'm good.
I know. I wish we did have some mountains, but when you get up in the Panhandle, it's really
we
pretty.
got Splash Mountain at Disney.
There.
That's good enough.
I'm not a
Big Thunder Mountain. We're good.
I'm not a big theme park person.
Yeah, but they got mountains. That's all that matters.
I'll let you testify to
Howie
that.
in the Hills kind of looks like the foothills of mountains. We'll just go with that. But this is, all joking aside, it's going to be a pain in the neck for a little bit. But when it gets done, and I'll give you a prime example of how I know this.
Okay. I'm excited to hear about this.
I live about 4 miles past Terry's on 36th Avenue. I live almost out to 326 on 36 off 36th Avenue. The worst place in the world to be is at 36th Avenue, 25th Avenue, 8th Street, or 19th when a train comes through.
Right.
And especially if two trains are passing, because one of them's got to stop, the train's got to and so it's the worst thing in the world. But wait, not anymore, because the flyover's done on 36th. It is the greatest thing. Now, it was a pain in the neck for the last 3 years.
Right.
Pain. And now it's so nice.
Do you remember when they built the
17th?
Yeah, that's where I was going.
What, isn't there like 137 train tracks at 17th, I think?
I have no idea, but what
Traffic
I'm
would
looking
back
at though
up.
is the CSX.
Yeah.
That's the CSX line.
Right.
And they've been talking about for years how that traffic was going to be increasing because of the difficulty of getting around and into the port.
Certainly.
So they were, sending more by train. As a matter of fact, when we were in the process of working with the developers for our Commerce Park,
Right.
our FedEx.
484.
No, not
No,
44.
Oh,
That
the-
one,
the-
originally back in
The one off
11 as
35th.
well,
Oh, yeah.
there was talk of putting a rail spur there. There
I know.
actually, I believe, is a rail spur there, but it has not come to fruition. I don't know if it ever will come to fruition.
I know it was in the plans and all that.
But because of the increased amount of rail traffic that we knew we were going to see, that originally was part of the plan. We worked hard to try to get that done.
My point is, to people that don't want 80th to be a mess, it's going to be look, construction, you have to deal with some pain points with construction.
Yeah.
But 36th Avenue now, take it from me, the pain points were well worth it now, because it's so. I rode down 25th the other day for the first day in probably 3 or 4 months, and I go, did they resurface 25th? And my fiance was like, yeah, like 2 months ago.
Where have you been?
I go, take it 36, because I don't have to stop at the train. It's worth it to me to go 2 or 3 miles. Even if I'm going downtown, I go up 36th instead of 25th, because I know I'm not going to get stuck in a train. It's worth the extra 2 or 3 miles just because I'm not going to get stuck in a train. It was a pain point. Now it's so nice. 80th is going to be a pain point for a while, but then it'll be so nice.
Well, it's going to be very nice. It's going to be a 4-lane, like I said, boulevard. There's going to be a multimodal path on, I believe it's the east side, and then there'll be a regular sidewalk on the west side, and then there will actually, I believe they're changing it to have bike lanes on the road. So for they call it long lane bikers or something like that. The people that are they are hardcore road bikers. They like to be on the road. This girl, I'm like, put me way up there, away
Get
from
me
the
in
car.
Santos in the woods.
I bought a bike, and then I went out on it a few times, and I was like, this is very intimidating, because I would ride 31st.
Right.
And being on the road with the cars, to me,
is intimidating.
it was just nerve-wracking.
And we have so many nice paved bike trails throughout this county. Let me ask you this, though. We've talked about it on the radio. Is there going to be meetings or something where people can get a better understanding of some of the road construction that's going to happen in that area?
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked that. So we've got some public workshops coming up, and our next one is going to be next Wednesday, July the 14th, and then Thursday, July the 15th at 5:30 p.m. at Westport High School. And, we really would like to encourage our residents to come out, because we do want their feedback. That's very important. We always try to make sure that the public is involved, and especially in a project as large as this one, we want public feedback. So for those who are interested in that project, again, we're hosting public workshops next Wednesday, July 14th, and Thursday, July 15th at 5:30 p.m. at Westport High School.
So if you want to find out more information to get your questions answered, that's the place to go. The general public can go there and find out about the happenings. We're sitting here at the Ocala Airport. Beautiful
I'm
view.
watching planes.
Beautiful view. It's first sunny day in a long time. Planes are active and everything. But this is the Ocala Airport.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize there's a Marion County Airport,
There is.
which is just outside or it's just inside. I never know where the Denellen city limit sign is.
Just
It's
outside.
just outside the city of Denellen. And the county is very happy because there's some development going on at that airport.
There is. We're set to break ground on 20 new T hangars at our Marion County Airport very soon. Marion County Airport, or X35. It's a pretty cool name. That's what the FAA calls it. It's packed to capacity right now. So we have 48 T hangars already at that facility. They're full. We've had a waiting list for years, a large waiting list of more than 100 people.
Right, but hold on, Kathy.
Sure.
I don't fly.
Well, that's okay.
I don't care that you're building hangars. Tell me you're not using my tax dollars to do all this hangar building.
It is not coming from Marion County tax dollars. It's actually coming from the Florida Department of Transportation. They're covering 80% of the cost. And you have to remember, our Dunellen Airport is an enterprise fund, which means the revenue they generate out there is what is used to cover any expenses out at the airport.
So that's perfect.
Personnel, new projects.
So they're paying for it, and the Florida Department of Transportation is paying for it.
Yeah.
So my tax dollar, good. Okay, build away, Kathy.
Thank you.
Build away.
That airport pays for itself, and it's getting busier and busier. It's one of the people come there just to fuel up at times.
We got somebody wants to talk to their county commissioner. You're on with County Commissioner Kathy Bryan. Good morning.
Good morning, folks. Thank you very much. I live on 36th Avenue and 35th Street, and I just came back from shopping and went over the bridge. All the yellow orange cones are gone. It's completely finished, and it's beautiful. And let me tell I had heard rumors from people saying that they were going to maybe make a bridge over on 25th Street. Is that true?
That has actually been part of the plan as well.
Thanks for the call, Hugh. So they are going to do a flyover of 25th
I need to get the update on that one and see where we are. That was part of the plan. And that project has been done through the TPO.
Right.
So I need to get the update on that.
Look, that'll help the two industrial businesses that are on each side of the track right there.
Don't hold me to it.
Right, but if that happens,
still in the plan.
If that happens, those two industrial services right on each side of the track, their trucks will love that they don't have to sit at that railroad track.
There were, I believe, and you have to realize we've been talking about this for years and lots of other stuff, so
right.
I can't remember everything.
Right.
I need to check on that one. We'll update on that one next time I come on.
So, exciting news, though, at the Dunellen Airport. You're building these T hangars. Now, tell people exactly what a T hangar is.
So, a T hangar is...
it's like a carport almost, isn't it?
Yes, where you can pull your...
Right. It's not completely enclosed, but you can pull your plane and get it out of the weather. So, and the Department of Transportation says it has to be done because it's needed because there's no room.
The Department of Transportation doesn't say it has to be done.
Right.
They
gave you a grant.
They gave us a grant because we applied for the grant because we needed the room.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Now, Elsa just passed through. Come.
Who?
Yeah, I know. Winter storm. But it was something you still had to have a response ready.
We did. Everyone was ready in case of any kind of a response. And I believe the text message that I got yesterday morning was we only had 100 people that lost power. Originally,
they were up in the Reddick area, Anthony area, up there, Duke Energy.
Yes, and we actually thought that Dunellen, which is in my district, and it's always an area of concern whenever we have one of these storms come through because of where they sit. Generally, where the storms come through, the side of the storm that they sit on. They were not our area that got the most rainfall. It was actually Salt Springs.
Yes, because of the way the whip was going, the east side of the county got more rain than the west side of the county. I got almost 5 inches up near Anthony.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, it got almost 5 inches up there. So it rained pretty good.
Oh, the rain was definitely very good, and I remember it woke me up probably at about 3:30, 4 in the morning.
Well, no, we all got woke up at 4:03 with that alert that says there was a tornado warning. Seek shelter. But by the way, I'm glad I got woke up at 4:03. I know, because if there had been a tornado that was about to rip my house apart, I could have been safe. Yeah.
And my daughter got one too, and she said, I said, I'm sorry. She said, no, Mom, it was great. We got upstairs, got their oldest, the 9-year-old, out of bed and brought him down into the bedroom with them.
Got safe.
that's what you want, and that's what that system is set up for. And give me just a minute, and I'm going to give you an interesting fact on that.
Because I want to get to what month it is right now, too, because I live near Cahadjo Park, so I want to get to that, too.
You want to get to the fact that it's July.
It is July, which is Parks Month in Marion County.
It is. So we had 100,000, over 100,000 people notified, and only one person was upset.
My fiance's phone went off first. My phone went off 10 seconds later. And then our security box with our security alarm and all, the house, it beeped in the kitchen. I went to the kitchen, and sure enough, there was an alert on our security box says there's a hurricane warning in your area. Seek shelter now. It was the same warning that came on our phones, too.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
So our home security also warned us that there was a tornado warning. And a warning meant that there had been, had been viewed, or it was right. So
there was tornadic activity.
Right.
A watch means there's potential. A
warning means there was.
Yes.
It did maybe not touch the ground.
Right.
But there was clouds turning.
What do they call those cells? They'll always, whenever there's a storm, if you're watching, the weather.
Oh, yeah. The circuit, I forget
they
what.
They zoom in on it, and it's usually like the purple part.
Yeah, the purple part.
Or the fuchsia part.
Right. It's Parks Month for Marion County.
It is Parks Month.
And I love Cahadjo's right near me, and I love Cahadjo Park. It's a great park. But we have so many parks. I have not yet. I don't think I'm old enough yet, but I'm surely that I'm fat and out of shape. It's really you could get in shape by playing pickleball. I know. Stop.
No, I wasn't going to say you could get in shape by playing pickleball, but it's my understanding that anybody can play pickleball.
Anybody. So tell us. We got about 30 seconds. Tell us about Parks Month.
Okay, so this is Parks and Rec Month, and this month we're hosting a park photography contest and a park design contest on our Parks and Rec Facebook page. The photography contest resets each week, and a winner each week gets a free annual park pass and a swag bag full of Parks and Rec goodies. This week's theme is Parkscapes, and next week's theme is Waterways. And while you're thinking of the perfect picture that you can take, you can also conjure up the perfect park. We're accepting entries to our park design contest from now until July 29th, with winners announced July 30th. We want you to design your dream park in whatever way you want. Drawings, Lego models, computer renderings, however you dream it.
Kathy Bryant, thanks so much for being here.
You're welcome.
The American Mom's next, right here on The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala.